to talk with us today. Welcome to Democracy Now! Can you describe, Ghazan, what is happening in Syria today?
At the same time with that, the protests are continuing around the country daily. The average of killing is also increasing. It's now at least 30 persons got killed daily by the regime in different cities of the country, especially in Homs and Hama and Idlib. Also killing under torture, in kidnapping people and killing them and then throw them. Such accidents is increasingly happening every day by the security and Shabiha.
And what exactly you're hearing about Homs and Hama, the government-organized rally to condemn the Arab League for kicking Syria out, and then the Syrian forces opening fire on their own protest?
They made this rally yesterday in different cities, in Damascus, in Homs, in different cities actually, and they forced employees and students to go in these rallies. They forced them, they threatened them. In Deir ez-Zor, when a 15-year-old boy refused to participate in this rally, he got shot and killed yesterday. So to this extent, they force people to participate in these rallies to show support for the regime, which actually very few people still supported.
Talk about the climate right now where you are in Damascus and what it means for you to even risk speaking to us, speaking to the media to describe what's going on in Syria.
Everybody now, it's even we still live in worry and fear all the time because nobody feels secure anymore in this country. But we know that what is going on is taking us very quickly to our freedom. And what we see, even so in Damascus, the protest is not that large like other countries, like other cities, like Homs, for example. But there is daily protest. People are going on and insisting to get their freedom. We are tired after 8 months of killing, of repression, but we still optimistic and we see our freedom very close to us.
What is your estimate of the number of Syrians who have been killed by the Bashar al-Assad regime?
Our number now is 4,133 persons who got killed since the beginning of the revolution, and we consider this number as not final because every day we got new names, new videos for people who got killed few days or few weeks ago, and we didn't know about them then. So we think that the number is much higher than this.
The Arab League suspending Syria, the European Union also now meeting in Brussels. What do you make of these measures? Are they significant? And are you calling on the UN, the US to do anything more?
We have been waiting for the Arab League resolution for a long time now. They have been just watching Syrian people get killed and do nothing. So this resolution is very important for us as a Syrian. The international community were saying that they can't do anything because Arab countries are still supporting the regime. Now there is no reason to just stay watching. They should do something very quickly to stop the bloodshed, to stop the killing. There is many steps should be taken very quickly, like referring the Syrian regime file to the International Criminal Court, like many other steps should be taken.
Are you concerned that there could be civil war that breaks out in Syria?
My fear that only to continue like this and not do anything by the Arab and international community is the thing which will lead to civil war in Syria. To leave people to their own fate, just got killed daily with all these numbers without any kind of protection, that will lead to a civil war in Syria.
Can you talk about the general strike in Syria? Activists reporting a general strike has entered its second week in several cities.
It was very successful in some cities like Daraa and Idlib and Homs. It was applied for about 90% from those cities. It's still not successful in other cities like Damascus and Aleppo. It still needs to pay more efforts to work on these two cities to apply the general strike. We think that in the near future, the main thing we should work besides continuing the protest is the civil disobedience, especially in the two big cities, Aleppo and Damascus.
Why is the Syrian president, why is Bashar al-Assad hanging on?
It's very normal. They feel that they own this country. It's very difficult to imagine that they leave everything like this, a country who they considered as their own farm for 4 decades, to leave it this simply and go. We know it was difficult for other dictators in the region, but at the end they will discover that they will have to go with less loss. They will go at the end, so it's better if they do that now with less loss for them personally and for the country.
Ghassan Saiduna, how are you keeping yourself safe?
I'm in hiding as hundreds of activists and maybe thousands around the country, hiding, moving around from place to place, trying not to go to places where there is a lot of checkpoints, not to use mobile and phones and so on very much. So I'm just taking some procedures to protect myself, but at the end everybody is under the risk of getting arrested, and it's okay. We are going on. We are in our country. I'm very happy that I'm inside my country in this historical moment, and that I will witness the moment of freedom.